What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be playing an Orzhov anti-gate deck. I know I said I was going to be playing the... sort of a few decks back. I know I said I was going to be playing the Sultai Muldrotha Krasis deck today, but I lied. I went up against a few too many gate decks yesterday, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to make an anti-gate deck, so a deck completely devoted to just handling gate decks. So that's what we got here. I'm going to hop right into the gate. Said gate too many times. I'm going to hop right into the deck tech or the deck breakdown, and then we'll get right into our game. So, starting us off here, we have 2 Dawn of Hope. Good card draw. And the lifelink soldiers, I mean, if they don't have a Gates Blaze or they just used it, you can get a little bit of life back from it. But, namely, it's in here for the card draw. So, 1 second. Alright, and I'm back. So yeah, namely, Dawn of Hope's in here for the card draw. Moving on, we have 4 copies of Revitalize. This helps with the life that you may be losing early because a lot of these cards do cost a little bit more, as well as cycling itself out for 2 mana. Not a bad card. Moving on, we have Consecrate / Consume. Now, Consume works excellent. Say they have a huge ram you need to get rid of, consume it. You gain life equal to whatever its power was, 13, 14, 15. We've all seen them get really, really ridiculous. So, excellent against the ram. And then Consecrate is excellent against the, I'm sorry, I just lost all thoughts on what it is. The Gate Colossus, there it is. Yeah, so if you can remove it, for 2 mana, exile it from their graveyard, not too expensive. So say you have 5 mana, you Mortify it, then you Consecrate it. And obviously it's gone for the rest of the game. No more putting it back on the top of their deck for them, so... Moving on, we have 3 copies of History of Benalia. This is to give you some early creatures. Sometimes you can, I'm not going to say win, but you can hedge your bets really heavily with this card. You play 2 History of Benalias back to back, and you're looking at a swing of 12 damage on the 3rd tick of the 1st History, which is huge, like I said. So a good swing in card and a good card in general if you're going to be playing white-black. Moving on, we have 2 Invoke the Divines. Now, this is excellent because you can destroy the Gate Colossus with this card for 3 mana. Killing an 8/8's perfectly fine. You also gain 4 life. This can also destroy their, what's the draw card for them? Guild Summit. You can destroy Guild Summit with this card. So, moving on, we have 2 copies of Luminous Bonds. Again, this can come down on the Gate Colossus, so they can't, bring it back into the top of their deck if it doesn't die technically, or this works well on the Rams. You just throw Luminous Bonds, and then their Gates of Blaze won't kill the Rams, so they'll stay on the field for all those, but they won't be able to attack or defend with it, so it's essentially null and void. Moving on, we have 2 copies of Mortify. Again, kills the Ram, kills a Gate Colossus. If you don't have a Consecrate or some way to exile them after that, I really don't recommend mortifying a Gate Colossus unless you absolutely have to. Past that, destroys a ram, destroys the Guild Summit, like I said. We have 4 copies of Conclave Tribunal. Obviously, this exiles, whatever you put it on. So, exiling their rams, exiling their Gate Colossus, exiling their angels. Exiling for all of them. And if you can manage to get an Ixalan's Bindings on one of their Gate Colossus, great. I only have 2 copies. If I had more, I would probably be running this in less Conclave Tribunals. But yeah, solid card, especially against the Gate decks, as they tend to only run 3 main creature cards. Past that, they'll have some here or there. You might see one that has a Krasis in it. In which case, throwing in Ixalan's Bindings on a Hydroid Krasis, definitely worth it. Moving on, we have 1 Settle the Wreckage. Again, I don't have any more of this. Don't really feel like picking up a copy, even though it is a really good card. Works excellent as just clearing. Say they're swinging in with 2 Rams or a ram and a Gate Colossus and an angel. Settle, get rid of all of them, and it exiles them, so none of them are coming back. Moving on, we have 2 copies of Shalai. Now, some of the Gate decks that I've ran into like to run Burn as their offset to the Gate, or they'll run Sunburn. So I found Shalai. Excuse me. Big yawn. I found Shalai to work pretty well in the deck. And past that, it gives them a target to attack, because most of the time you'll want your other creatures to survive over Shalai. So, moving on, we have 2 copies of Vraska's Contempt. Again, some more exile, you gain a little bit of life, so excellent card here. One copy of Lyra Dawnbringer. I only have one copy, so again, we would probably move that up to 2 copies if I could, and probably leave it at 2 copies. I feel like 3 copies of Lyra is a bit much. But you have to be careful about playing Lyra, as she can get removed by the Gates of Blaze pretty easily, as well as Doom Whisperer and Demonlord. These are just big cards that you can get out, which can survive a lot of the early Gates of Blaze, which most of your creatures can't, and they give you additional value. So the Doom Whisperer, you can pay 2 life, surveil 2, perfectly worth it in most cases, unless you're up against mono red. But again, this deck isn't built for aggro decks, it isn't built against aggro decks, so if you get up against one, chances are you're probably gonna lose because it's a very slow deck. But like I said, it's strictly for handling the gate decks. So moving on, we have 2 copies of Demonlord Belzenlok. Now obviously you have a lot of cards that cost 4 or more. Interesting as well, if you happen to draw a Consecrate / Consume, it will count it as a 4 mana drop card, so you will keep drawing with Demonlord. So moving on, we have 2 copies of Zetalpa. Excellent, excellent card in an anti-gate deck. 1, the Gates Blaze can't destroy it. 2, the Gate Colossus can't get through it. And yeah, well, Zetalpa is just always awesome. So that's gonna wrap up our deck tech or our deck breakdown. Not playing too many new cards. I mean, we got Consecrate and Consume and Mortify. But past that, a lot of these are just older cards that tend to work out pretty well against the gates. So yeah, we're gonna hop right into our games here. Alright, and here we are up against Joey Chu. I think I read that right. That's a pretty decent starter hand, and hopefully we'll actually go up against the gates deck. Otherwise, you know, gonna be a bit awkward for us if I showcase an anti-gate deck and don't go up against the gate deck a single time. But I'm a little bit pressed for time today. I do have work, so there's that, which I'll probably be streaming tomorrow, Friday. Not quite sure on what time yet, but for those of you interested, probably be streaming over on Twitch again, or I may stream on YouTube. I don't know. It's a little bit easier for you guys over here to keep up with. We'll see. Waiting on our opponent, who mulliganed down to 5. You know that's gotta feel bad. Maybe he drew an alright hand though. Who's also running Orzhov. We could pay the 2 life and then just Revitalize on his turn and keep our tempo up. Yeah, I'm not as worried about paying the 2 life, as long as we're not up against aggro. So as long as I don't see red, black, or any of that. Ooh, Esper actually. Thought erasure. Okay, well that's definitely not good. Whoops. Probably will take our Ixalan's Bindings or our History of Benalia if I had to guess about it. It really depends on what he's more afraid of. Yeah, there goes History. Okay, and we drew a Mortify. Now I am going to keep it over here, even though I like to align my cards, so that way we know, you know, he's seen all these, he has not seen this one. And he's going to cast out his own copy of Revitalize, kick it back to us. Might as well play the lands that he's seen first, right? And we'll kick it back to him. And I'll start sorting the right side of my hand differently from the left side, which these cards should get played with relative... I was about to say relatively quickness, but that doesn't sound like a proper sentence, right? So they should get played soon enough. How about that? We can throw down a Doom Whisperer. I mean, we might as well, right? He has enough for a Sinister. Oh, no counters here. That's actually pretty lucky. If he goes to destroy our Doom Whisperer, we'll go ahead and pay the 2 life to Surveil. Past that, let's put a stop on the end of his turn so we can, if Doom Whisperer manages to make it. He's not going to, so we'll go ahead and pay the 2 life. I can't discard an Ixalan's Bindings. I can discard the land though. And I'll probably spell once more, see what else is back there. Shalai, let's bring the Shalai up. Alright, now we will resolve it. Alright, so let's go ahead and play the land. Now he still hasn't seen the Mortify, so that's okay. Maybe some Eldest Reborns would be okay in this deck as well. I'm just a little bit uneasy about it. I've seen a lot of decks run like really cheap creatures in gate decks, so I mean, I guess we just swing in. We don't really have anything else to play here. Let's see what he chooses to do. Now he's playing Esper, so he could have Chromium, but we have Mortify, so I'm not too worried about it. So yeah, now we'll just start taking him down. Shalai is going to keep our face protected against any thought erasures he might have, which is good for the time being. But the fact that he's not really playing anything is a bit worrisome. He looks like he's playing Esper mid-range. Or control, but he hasn't played any counters. Just played a thought erasure. What is he building to? That's what I'm wondering. Just gonna keep taking it to the face. That's okay with me personally. But I mean, come on, he's at what, 8 mana? Not playing anything? Your hand's gotta be boned, right? And we have all the removal in the world, so even if he does play a creature, we can deal with it. But he's not, he's just gonna keep taking it to the face. Man, what do you have in 4 cards that you can't play for 8 mana? There it is, Kaya's Wrath. Yeah, I mean, we could Mortify it so he doesn't gain the life back, I guess. Oh, well, he's not getting any life anyways. He doesn't have any creatures. Okay, that's fine. Then what, maybe a Thought Erasure? I just can't see too many cards in hand they could have had that he couldn't have played. But a Thought Erasure he couldn't have played because we had Shalai on the board, so. Oh, well. And now it looks like we're both at a stalemate. I could just exile a card. Draw a card. Yeah, I mean, I might as well. Let's, I mean, I don't think he'd be getting any of this back, but let's exile the Kaya's Wrath just so we can draw. Swamp. Well, at least we deflooded ourselves a little bit, right? Oh, you know what? Son of a bitch. I just used the Consecrate that he hadn't seen yet. Should have used this one. Boy. Well, it doesn't matter. There goes one of our copies of Ixalan's Bindings. You can't take both, so whatever. Yep. That's okay. He might have a creature that he doesn't want to get taken out, but you know, unfortunately, it's probably going to happen. We're running enough removal to deal with almost anything. The only thing this deck doesn't really do well against is there's Teferi. He's got to have a counter up for it too, right? He's not going to throw it out knowing we have an Ixalan's Bindings in hand. He's got to have counter for it. But it is going to be Esper control. How much mana do I have after that? 2, 4, 6, 7. Oh, I don't have enough. I don't have enough. Alright, well. Go ahead and counter it. No. What? That doesn't make any sense. Why would he play his Teferi knowing I had an Ixalan's Bindings, knowing he didn't have any counters? Was he hoping for a counter to draw off of Teferi? Or does he have some kind of enchantment removal? That's a very strange play. Just allowing that to happen. Alrighty. Well, yeah, next turn we'll play Zetalpa. See if he can deal with that. I mean, he could. Kaya. Do you want me to take his Teferi and leave his Kaya? That doesn't make any sense.
Glad to be here. Your problems are my profits.
Okay. Sure.
Buddy, that's what I do.
I mean, it is gaining life for him. Kaya's just not very good. I don't know. Luminous Bonds isn't going to do it. Let's play down Zetalpa. Hope he doesn't have any counter for it. Only have 3 mana to play, so he can syncopate it. That would be annoying, huh? Oh well, here's hoping. Again, Esper strange mid-range deck is not what we were really gunning for with this. Oh, it lands. Oh man. Let's hope he doesn't have a Vraska's Contempt. I think we just go straight for the face with him. Right? He's on a 3-turn timer. That's a bit risky. Right, because he's gaining 2 life every turn. Granted, we're dealing 8. It's essentially only 6. My turn. Okay. So, let's go ahead and kill the Kaya. Does he have a Vraska's Contempt? Settle the Wreckage. Oh, that's pretty good too. Alright, well let's draw. Let's see what we can draw. Cast Precognitive Perception at instant speed. It's kinda gotta feel bad. I guess we could have mortified our own bird there, but we can't really get him back, so would have been fruitless. Alright, so we'll throw down a history. I don't think this guy's running any counter. I think he's just trying to build up my exile pile and kill me with Kaya, which is interesting. Oh, well, I guess I didn't think about that, but it does take turns off of Kaya, takes life off of her. So she's good at killing tokens, kind of. If they're not spawned in super quick, she's okay at it. Wow, this is a very boring and very slow game. We may only get 2 games out today just because this is taking quite a bit. Unmoored Ego, what are you Unmoored Ego in? What have I played? Zetalpa? You're gonna Unmoored Ego my Zetalpas? I mean, I guess it's an option. Unfortunately, we don't have any in hand, otherwise we'd get to draw. Now they're just gonna get removed. I only have 2 copies, so you're only getting 1 if that's what you're looking for. No? Oh, you're taking my Mortifies. Okay. It's odd. What enchantment could you have that you want that badly? Right? Because you're specifically targeting enchantments with that play. Invoke the Divine. Unfortunately, the only enchantments I really have to destroy are my own, so I guess we just exile a card. Let's, hell, I don't know. All of those cards would be terrible for him to get back, so it doesn't really matter. Drawing into a plains there is super terrible. So he's going to take out my knight with his Kaya on this turn as well. And this game is just, oh, mind-numbing. Okay, there we go. Aha, now you get to see my true strength. Bye-bye, search. Alrighty, so eventually one of us will get the leg up, and this will be a fun game. Dawn of Hope. I mean, it's a win con. It's a win con, and it's a win con I'll play, damn it. Besides, I got 14 fucking mana. Yeah, let's just pump out the soldiers. Probably should have waited for his end step, huh? Yeah, for that reason. Thankfully, they don't get exiled, so it's not like Kaya's getting anything extra off of it. But I do already have 8 cards in exile, so, you know, it's a bit steep. Make that 10. She could deal, what, 10 damage to us? We're still sitting at 24, so it's not like that's terrible. Oh, right. We should probably wait for the end of their turn. I'm going to listen to myself this time. I'm just going to put 1 up. Take my own advice. I think we go ahead and kill Kaya. We're getting quite a lot of cards in our exile now. Fair enough.
The smell. Ew.
Alright, so we will crank out 2 more. Demonlord Belzenlok, yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. I think we go ahead and play it too. Just in case we draw something spicy. Or our first cards, you know, Revitalize like that. So we just go Kaya to the face, I think.
Lucky hit.
And we'll pay 2 to draw. Shalai. What is that? 4? Yeah, so we can go ahead and pay 2 more. And a Doom Whisperer. Alright, and we'll throw down Shalai. So if they want to kill anything, it'll have to be Shalai, or they'll have to have another Kaya's Wrath, I guess. Ooh, I didn't think about that. Overextending here was a bit risky. Ixalan's Bindings. That's okay. That is A-okay, because I think... Well, hell, I'll have to look through here. Yeah, our 2 other Shalais are already gone, so Ixalan's Bindings on my 3rd one is like a Conclave Tribunal, which isn't that bad. Alright, so I was about to say, he should heal up. May have a way to get rid of Demonlord Belzenlok, even still his Kaya is dead here. So, that's good. That's good news for us. Nice. Alright. So we'll go ahead and pay 2. Conclave Tribunal. Nice. We can take away his Ixalan's Bindings and get our Shalai back. And a Lyra. Ooh. Oh wait. We can just invoke the Divine. We don't have to Conclave. Duh, chance. Alright. So that'll give us our Shalai back. How much mana are we looking at? That's 5 plus 2. Okay, so we can pay the 2. Still get out Lyra. Again, he could have a Kai's Wrath, but if not, he's dead, so... Finally, this long Esper mid-range will come to an end. We managed to deal with the Teferi and an annoying Kaya, but that was about it. yeah, we'll probably be able to sweep this game up here. If not, I'm still fairly confident just because we have the Dawn of Hope and we still have Doom Whisperer in hand, and plenty of life to surveil away at, so feeling pretty confident here. He's got to settle. No way you stick around in the game and don't have a settle, right? Alrighty, well then let's attack him like that. You want to settle 3 of my creatures? Go for it. Nope. Well, we'll go ahead and pay the 2. I don't mind having a full hand pretty much ever in Magic. And now that he's down to 4 life, we can attack with 1 creature next turn and kill him. So, he could have not had Settle. He could just, I don't know, have another copy of Revitalize maybe? He's only played, what, 1, 2? Yeah. Okay, I think he's just roping us now, which is super unfortunate. Maybe he's just really salty. Okay, nope, there it is. Guess I'll order my hand around. Come on. He is roping us. Super unfortunate about MTG Arena, at least, is that this is a thing. This is allowed, but there's no way around it, right? Because you have to do the timeout system some way, some shape. Otherwise, people, like, you can't ever play the game and have anything else going on, which is not what a card game is really like, you know. So, yeah, this is always fun. Anyways, we'll probably only do 2 games today because this guy wants to do this, and I'm not just gonna concede, even though, you know, I win, just because of the principle of the matter. By the way, if you guys have any suggestions for this deck, be sure to leave them down below, and also be sure to like the video if you enjoy it, and subscribe if you want to see more. Not ending it, just filling the time while our opponent wastes mine. And I gotta say, I've been doing better about not smoking cigarettes on camera, you know, not during my recordings, because I don't want to encourage anybody or make anybody think that it's okay or good. But times when I get roped in a recording, it's like, oh, come on. I might as well, hell, I could have had one done. Okay, so he literally just wasted his timeouts completely out there. Which means the next thing that he has to resolve is probably not going to resolve, so let's just do something simple, yeah? Yeah. Here goes the last rope. Oh no! He let it play. I'm actually thoroughly surprised. Okay, there's the concede. Once he sees that his roping isn't going to work. Wonderful. So game 1, lengthy as it may have been, still going to go to us, and even though it wasn't up against Gate's deck, it was still fun. So, you know, minus that last minute and a half, 2 minutes, whatever it may have been. Nonetheless, we're going to get on into a game 2, and probably our last game for the day. Alrighty, here we are up against Boba Wet. I do thoroughly enjoy this man's name. We'll keep it. Our man is looking a bit harsh, but we do have a white and a black, so most of the time I'll keep it just so we aren't completely screwed on our... Okay, so yeah, we'll go ahead and throw down the Forsaken Sanctuary. We're not going to play anything on turn 2 anyways. Ooh, probably up against a mono red burn. That's unfortunate. Luminous Bonds isn't going to do anything for us here. We'll probably just Revitalize on his turn. Another electrostatic field. Oh yeah, we're about to get and a Spear Spear. We're about to get burned so quickly. That's okay. We're up to 4 mana. Let's throw down a Shalai. Right? So now if he wants to burn something, it'll be our face. Dealing the 1 damage isn't too bad just because, you know, we got Revitalized, so he's really just taking himself away with that. I mean, we could consume. Okay, he's gonna skewer the critics for 3 damage, and then what, shock? Probably a shock, maybe a lightning strike. Another skewer the critics, okay. Well, we're still getting both of them off of our face, so that's okay. Consume is so bad. I mean, it gets rid of one of them, but it doesn't give us any life whatsoever, so yeah, I mean, I guess we just skip and we go Revitalize. Lava Runner is annoying, but it is something for us to consume, so I'll look on the positive side there. Alright, so that's going to be quite a bit of damage to us, that's okay. 3 from that, 2 from the Lava Runner, we're down to 11, back up to 14. Oh, 13. Forgot about the Spear Spear. Okay, my turn. I think we go Doom Whisperer here. And consume on the next turn. Obviously we can't afford to pay the 2 life in any scenario here. Up against mono red. It's, I don't think, pretty much ever a good idea. Let's see what he has here. Maybe 2 more Skewer the Critics. No, a risk factor. Okay, so let's think this out. That's going to deal 4 damage to us. We go down to 6. We consume. We're back up to 8. I think I got to take the damage. I can't afford to give him any card draw. Obviously, he's not going to attack. Go back to my turn. I still don't think that's enough for a Zetalpa. Yeah, we need, what, 1 more? It's 3, 6, 7. Yeah. Alright. So, we're going to consume his Lava Runner. Gain the 2 life back. So now he can't actually attack. No, I don't want to Surveil with Doom Whisperer. Worked hard to get that 2 life, damn it. Alright, so he's down to 11, we're down to 8. He could risk factor again this turn. In which case we'll have to give him the card draw, but at least that would be his whole turn, right? So if we can draw into a land, I feel like that's okay. Or more life gain, you know. We've only cast 2 Revitalize. I think we have 4. 1 Consume, although Consume wouldn't help us here. What do we want? Maybe a Lyra? Okay, so he does go for the risk factor. Okay, so that's not terrible. We're going to decline so we don't go down to 2 health. 1 health, I'm sorry, because it's Spear Spear. About to hit me in the face for sure. Light up the stage. Okay, so we're down to 4. 3, sorry. Wow. Oh. Okay. So we have to end this turn. Or we lose. Marvelous, marvelous. Conclave not gonna do it for us, I don't think, because he's just gonna hit us for 3, the 1 at the end of the turn with the Spear Spewer. So yeah, so no matter what, we lose here. So we'll just dip out and we will get onto a game 3 because mono red and, you know, whatnot. That's okay. As I said, this deck is not geared for aggro decks, so if you go up against an aggro, don't be surprised if you lose. You can sometimes curve it out with the health, but most of the time you're probably going to lose. So nonetheless, on into game 3. Alrighty, here we are up against Leonardo. I think it's Leonardo, like the Ninja Turtle. Yeah, we'll keep it. We can cast Benalia on turn 3, so why not, you know? And off of Benalia, Conclave Tribunal. So, and hopefully by that time we'd have enough for Vraskas. Oscillated Chapel is an excellent pickup here. Leonin Vanguard, and we're up against Selesnya, so... yeah, we'll play Revitalize come their turn, and History on our next turn. History should block, I'm guessing what's going to be a few early small creatures from them. No, just one? Okay. Oh, there's two. Mentor of the Meek. Alrighty. So they're probably playing some tokens, if I had to guess about it. And now we'll go into History of Benalia, so that pretty much takes out their attackers for this turn of theirs. Also allows us to swing back on the third step of History, so... He's gotta have a buff. You don't just swing your Mentor forward without a buff. Either way, we've managed to draw out enough for either Vraska's Contempt or Conclave. I mean, we're going to go Vraska's Contempt, because Conclave you can sometimes get out for cheaper, and you sometimes want to get out for cheaper. But Vraska's we can pay in full here, and granted it is one that can be played at instant speed. Wanted to go ahead and get his Mentor of the Meek out of the way. Now, he can buff his Vanguard and kill my Knight, I'm sure. Yeah. But for him to have played a 3-mana instant, all your creatures get +1 and gain indestructible, for him to have gone ahead and played it to take out one Knight instead of a swing in, I'm perfectly fine with that. Alright, next turn we'll be able to get our Belzenlok out. Hopefully he'll get us some good card draw. He's just going to take the 4 to the face. Now I'm thinking about taking out the Vanguard of the Llanowar with my Conclave, but I don't think I'll want to. I know he's probably playing tokens, which is unfortunate because we actually aren't running any Ritual of Sets. Alrighty then, game 3 is just going to be swept up fairly quickly. That's super unfortunate. Yeah, so I actually do have to go. Sorry for the weird games today. Games 2 and 3 weren't real games, but game 1 was like 2 real games. So anyways, we'll try this deck out again probably tomorrow on stream, because I actually do want to see it up against the Gates deck. So if you guys are interested, be sure to check that out. And I'm sorry that I'm so pressed for time today, but like I said, I got work here in a little bit, so gotta go get ready for that. Of course, can't be late just for, well, this little hobby that I have. Which I enjoy the hell out of, but still I don't think my boss would very much appreciate that. So yeah, as always, leave a like down below if you enjoyed the video, and a comment for any suggestions on this, future, past decks, whatever. If you want to shoot the shit, that's always welcome as well. And as always, if you enjoyed, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.